Good morning. So, last class we did IF stream, OF stream, F stream classes. We wrote programs for each and then different file opening modes we did, that is iOS in, iOS out, append, binary, at the end, at end, ATE. So, all this we did. Today we also did get input functions. So, today we will start with the programs for these. We would have already written this two programs as a part of already done programs, but let me write it again so that it will be very clear for you. So, the first one is write a C++ program to create a text file. So, what do I need to do? I need to create a text file. Fine. So, how do I do that? I need to create. There are two ways. Either I can creating a text file means I need to write something, right? Whenever creating means writing to a file. So, I need to create an object for the OF stream class, or I can create an object of F stream and I can open the file using the iOS out mode. Either way I can do that. I can create one object and use for both, or I can create an object for the OF stream class. And what is the second program? Second program is to read a text file character by character and display it simultaneously on the screen. Means once you read one character, it has to be immediately displayed on the screen. Like you read one from the file and you display it. That way, like reading and writing should happen simultaneously. Like you read and write, then again fetch and write. So, this is what you are going to do. So, what we can do is I will combine these two programs, that is first I will create a text file and then I will close it. I will open the same text file in the read mode and read whatever you have written here and print it on the screen. Like character by character I will read it and I will print it on the screen. So, we will write, instead of writing two separate programs, let me combine the two operations, that is writing and reading. That is, first I will create the file and then I will close that, open the file in read mode and read the contents of the file character by character and print it on the screen simultaneously. Let us do this. Please make a note of the program statement. So, let me start with my hash include iostream.h, hash include conio.h, then I have to include hash include fstream.h. After that, let me say void read write. Okay, I am writing and reading, but let me write it as read and write only. So, char ch. Okay, then I will create an object. Before that, I can ask the user to enter, or let me create an object first. Okay, let me create an object of the OF stream. Instead of OF stream and IF stream, two separate objects, let me create an object of F stream class and open the file using the same in the write or the read mode. Okay, F stream, then F file. Okay, let it be F file. That is why F stream, F file is the object. After that, what should I do? I need to open a file. Fine. F file dot open. Okay. Then I'll say text file dot txt. Okay, comma iOS out, because I'm creating this in a writing mode, like I need to write to the file. So iOS out. So f file is the object of the class fstream. Then f file dot open. What is the name of the file I am going to write to? Is text file dot txt, and iOS out. So next step is cout enter to write to the file. So I am asking the user to enter data to write to the file. So void read write is the name of the function, and then char ch I have file stream. I am creating an object for fstream class so that I can use the object for both writing and reading, and using the object dot the open function, I am opening the file text file dot txt in the iOS out mode, because I am going to write it to the file. After that, I am asking the user to enter data, right, so that I can write it to the file. Then what I should do? You please make a note, then we'll continue. Next, I need to read the data character by character. So I need to have a loop here while ch is not equal to \n. Yeah. Or I can also write while cin, which is the same like until the end of the input data is not encountered, or this one also can be written while cin, that is while end of data is not encountered, or ch is not equal to \n. I am reading it from the keyboard. So cin dot get ch. Now I have to write it to the file. So f file dot put ch. Correct? I am reading it from the keyboard, that is why cin dot dot get, and I am writing. What was the file object? File object was f file dot put ch. Ch is what I am going to write to the file text file dot txt. Fine. Then I will close my while, that is until the \n is encountered, it will end of line. So end of this thing, what is that? Once you press the enter key, \n would be appended. After that, what I have to do? I need to close the open file, right? So how do I do that? F file dot close. Once I open it in the write mode, I have opened it in the write mode, and then I ask the user to enter data. I put it in an iterative loop because I am reading it character by character repeatedly. It's a repeated action. What I am going to do is cin.get ch, because it's from the keyboard, and then I am going to write it to the file. So which file? Text file dot txt, and with the help of f file object I have opened the file in the write mode. So I will say f file dot put ch. Put means it will write it to the file. Once it is done, the input is taken, like there is nothing left, that input data, everything, there is like until the input data is found, it will take. I can also write it in this condition as while scene also will work exactly as this. Like while scene, until the input data is there, it will read. So scene dot get ch and file f-file dot put ch. Then after that, once the entire input is read and written to the file, I need to close the file. How do I close the file? F-file dot close will close the file. Then what I have to do? Then I have to open the same file in the read mode, and I need to read character by character from the file and simultaneously print it on the screen. Correct? So once this one, the next is to open the file, the text file in the read mode. Using the same object I can do, because I have created an object of fstream class instead of creating two objects, that is one for ofstream and the other one for ifstream. So file f-file dot open text file dot txt in the iOS in mode. Correct? I need to read from the file, so I am opening the same file. Here I have to close the file first. It was opened in the write mode, I have closed it, and now again the same file I have opened it in the read mode. Okay. Then let me write cout the contents of the file text file dot txt. So this would be printed to the user. Please make a note. We'll continue with this. Now I need to. So till the end of file is encountered, till the end of file is not encountered, I need to read the file. Correct? So while not equal to, what was the object? F file dot eof until the end of file, not till the end of file. So once the end of file is encountered, it becomes true, otherwise it will be false. Fine. Until the end of file is encountered, keep on reading. Once it encounters the end of files, there will be no data left to read, so it will go out of the loop. So until you encounter the end of file, you keep on reading. So since I am reading from the file, so which object I should use? Should use the file object. Dot get ch, and where am I printing this? I need to print it on the screen simultaneously. That is what the program said. So cout ch will print it on the screen. So I am reading it. I am using f-file dot get ch because I am reading from the file. Last time I had used scene dot get ch because I was reading from the keyboard. So from where you are reading and from where you are writing, depending on that you have to use the appropriate object. So here I am reading from the file, that is why I am using the file object f-file dot get ch, which will retrieve character by character from the file, and cout ch will print the character on the screen simultaneously. That is what retrieving and printing simultaneously. That is what the program meant, right? Then once it is done, like until the end of file is not encountered, that is EOF is not true, not EOF. and then once the end of file is encountered, it will go out of the loop. Once you go out of the loop, what should you be doing? You should close the open file. So, f file dot close. Then I will end my function also. Because I created a text file, I asked the user to enter, I read it from the keyboard and wrote it to the file. I closed the file. Then again I opened the same file in the read mode. I read the data from the file, printed it on the monitor. I read the data until the end of file is encountered and I printed it on the monitor. Then I am closing the file. So, I wrote, it is created and read. Both of them has been done. So, end of my read write function. Please make a note. Then we will write a main, void main, clear screen. After that, I need to call the function to execute it. Read write. So, this is the end of the program. Hopefully, you have understood this. I hope you have understood get input. Now, we'll start with get line. So, before that, let me write one small example. So, hash include statements. Okay. So, I'll say void main char sub1 is 20 characters length and sub2 again is 20 characters length. So, I have two strings sub1 and sub2, that is a character array of maximum 20 characters length. So, I will say cout enter subject which you have taken apart from PCM, and cout endl, please enter it twice. Okay. So, I am asking the user apart from PCM. So, for commerce students, it would be their core subjects. Apart from that, what they have taken. Okay. Enter the subject which is your fourth subject apart from PCM. So, whether you have taken bio or computer science or electronics, like it depends, like yeah. So, enter the fourth subject and I am asking the user to enter it twice. So, first time what I will do is cin sub1, okay, cin dot get line sub2 comma 20. I am taking sub1 with cin, I am taking the sub2 with get line, cin dot get line. So, cin dot get line, the name of the string is sub2 and then the size of it, that is 20. Now, cout with cin, I will say sub1, correct, I have taken it with cin, cout endl with get line. sub2. Then I will close my function. So I will execute it. Okay. What am I doing? I am having two character arrays here, sub1 and sub2, and I am asking the user to enter the subject apart from PCM, which is the fourth subject they are studying, and I am asking them to please enter it twice. So first time, that is sub1 value, I am taking it with scene, and then for sub2 I am using scene dot get line, and then I am printing with scene sub1, right, because I have taken it here and I am printing it here, and then with get line I took the value of sub2, I am printing it here. So when I execute this, what will happen? It will first print me the cout statement, like it will ask me the subject, and it will ask me please enter it twice. For example, if I say computer space science, that is, it's one word only, but I will say computer space science is entered both the times. Please make a note here. For example, if I say computer, this is what I entered, okay, both the times, computer space science. After that, what am I doing? I am printing both the times I enter computer space science. After that, what am I doing? I am using cin dot get line. After that I am printing with cin. What would be the output? It will print me with cin, and it will print me sub1. It will print me computer. Second time it will print me with get line, and it will print me computer science. So you can see the difference here, because both the times I entered computer science only. I did not enter computer, but then I gave a space between computer and science. So scene reads only until a space is encountered. After that it doesn't read. So until a space is encountered it will take. So it will printed me computer for sbu1, because sub1 I have taken it with scene. But with get line it read the entire line, that is, to read an entire line along with the spaces you have to use cin dot get line. That is why second time I got computer space science, that is computer science, the entire output is printed. So hopefully you have understood the difference here. What does the get line do? Now we will go back to the definition of that. Please have a look. So now we will go through the definition of it. The get line function used with if stream, because I am going to read. So input file stream reads a whole line of text that ends with a new line character. That is, you read an entire line until a \n or a new line character is encountered. This function can be invoked by using, it's a function, so you have to invoke the function to run it using the object created by the if stream. So how do I do that? This is the object of the if stream class dot get line, and what is the buffer comma size, like here book comma the size of the book. That is what the last example also I did, right? 20 sub2 comma 20. So here it is book comma 20. This is how I write a get line function, and it is used to take in the entire line along with the spaces until a new line character is encountered, whereas with seen only space is a delimiter. Like until a space is encountered, it reads. Once you get a space, it stops there. Getting it? So if you, like when you are reading the name of a person, the entire name, like the first name, the middle name and the last name, you would like to give spaces in between. The first name space, the middle name space, the last name. So when you do that, if you read the name using seen, you will only read the first name, because after that you would have given a space. But then with get line, it will read the entire name along with the spaces. So when you feel that the input may contain spaces, it is always better to have taken the value using get line rather than seen. So this is the example. Let us write one program for get line. What is the program? Write a C++ program to read a text file line by line. Till now we did character by character. Now I am going to read the entire line using get line and print it on the screen. So there are 10 lines. When I say lines, there each line will have characters, right? Say, let me say around 75 to 80 characters in a line. So you will be reading an entire line at a time. Till now with get input, I could read character by character, and then I used to write character by character. With get line, I can read the entire line along with the spaces. So the program has to read the entire line of a text. Like there are 10 lines, you will read the entire first line and print it on the screen simultaneously. Getting it? So we'll write the program for that. Before that, please make a note of the program statement. Now I will start my program. So hash include iostream.h I need fstream also, right? Hash include fstream.h void read line. Let it be the name of the function. I'm going to read a line, assuming that the file has already been created. So let me have a variable, like the entire line, what am I reading? It needs to be stored in a variable. Like we had declared ch because it was a single character, I retrieved one and stored it in that. Same way, if I have to read the entire line and store it in that, I need to have a character array, correct? ch here, char, I'll say line of, let it be maximum 75 characters length. Like let the maximum characters, it will be somewhere around 75 to 80. Let me say it is 75, you can say 80 also. Like one at a time, I will read 75 characters. The maximum of 75. My line can contain less than that also, maximum of 75 characters. Why do I have a string here? Because I am reading it line by line. Fine. After that, what should I do? I need to have an object of ifstream class, because I am going to open the file in a read mode. So ifstream in file. So let me say the name of the object is in file. So in file dot open, let me say sample dot txt, that is already there. Okay, sample dot txt. Now let me say cout contents of the file sample.txt read line by line, like you're reading it line by line and L. So contents of the file sample.txt read line by line. The name of the function is readLine. Why do I have an array line of maximum 75 characters? Because I would be reading an entire line, assuming that my maximum characters in my line would be 75. You can say 80 also here. So it can be less than that also. Since I am opening a file in a read mode, I have to create an object of ifstream class. So I created ifstream in file as my object. Using the object with the open function, I am opening the file sample.txt. Then I am printing this to the user, like contents of the file sample.txt, which is read line by line. Please make a note. Then we'll continue with the program. Now we will start with the while loop. Why is it while? Because I need to have a repeated action like reading a line. So if there are 10 lines, I would be reading it. Line by line means 10 times. So I'll be doing a repeated action. That is why I'll be starting with a while iterative loop. How do I do that? So I'll say while, and what is the exit condition? Not equal to end of file. Like until the end of file is not true or end of file is not encountered, you are going to read. Once you get the end of file, you come to the end of file, you would go out of the while loop, because after the end of file you will not have any data to be read. Now I need to read it from the file. How do I do that? From the keyboard, if I am reading, I use scene.getLine, right? Here I am reading it from the file, so I need to use the file object because I am reading it from the file. From the keyboard, I will use scene. From the file, I will use the file object. I had declared in file dot get line, and what is the buffer name? It was line, right? And 75. I had declared line as a character array or a string, and maximum of characters is 75. So this is the code to read line by line and then see out. I need to print it on the screen simultaneously, right? Line. So here I am going to do that. I am reading line by line and I am printing it on the screen simultaneously. Once the end of line is encountered, it will go out of the while loop. That is, the control will come out of the while loop. Once you are out of the while loop, you need to close the file, correct? So how do I do that? In file dot close. So in file dot close will close the file, and this would end my program also. Like the function also, I need to write the main in order to complete my program. So in file dot close will close my file which I had opened for reading. Here I am reading it line by line and I am printing it on the screen. Now I will write my void main function. So clear screen, read line is my function, right? This is the function call. Get ch, end it. So this is my function call and I have ended it. Hopefully you have understood this. Please make a note of it. Now we'll start with binary files. So, text files and binary files, the files are of two types. We had done that. Till now, we created a text file, read from it, wrote to it, everything we did. Now, we'll start with binary files. So, to save data in a binary form, that is saving data in a binary form means to write to a file, right? We use the write function with the OFStream object. Yes, because OFStream is for writing, we have to use the write function if we want to store the data in the binary form or save the data in binary form. We have to first open the file with the file object in the binary mode, and then we can use the write function with the OFStream object. And to read the data that is stored, which is stored in the binary format from a file, we need to use the read function of the ifstream class. Yes, we all know by this time we have established that OFStream is related to writing, that is iOS out, and then ifstream is iOS in. So, to read function we need to use to read the data stored in the binary format, and to save the data in binary format we need to use the write function of the OFStream class. And if we create an object of fstream class, then we can use both read and write. Okay, fstream we can do both read and write. If you want to only write, then you have to use the OFStream. Only read is the ifstream, and the functions for that is write and read. Please go through this. And this I am talking about binary files. The write function has the following syntax: OFStream object dot write. Yes, OFStream object dot write. Char star. When I say star, what is that? It is a pointer to char. Pointer to char. So, it's a pointer to char which holds or which points to a entire block of, like a block of memory which can hold an entire array or an entire structure or an object. Like for example, a structure of 3 elements which we will write. So, it would need around 25 bytes for if it needs, then this would point to the entire block of memory. And ampersand variable. See here ampersand, yes, for example, S is a structure variable, then it is whatever it is pointing to, that will come here. Why is it ampersand? Because pointer always points to a memory location, and ampersand S would be the memory of this, memory address of this. And size of variable. What do you mean by the size of variable? What do you mean by size of variable? Size of will give you how many blocks of memory or how many bytes of memory is required for that particular variable. If I say size of int, it will give me 2 bytes. If I say size of an object, if I pass an object or a class, individually it will add up the memory required for each data element, and together it will give you. The same thing goes for the structure also. Individually it will add how many bytes is required. It will say, for example, my structure has 4 elements of type integer, then it will be 8 bytes of memory. Like that, for individual elements how many bytes is required is calculated and totally summed up if I pass a structure here. The same thing if I pass an array, for that how many bytes is required. So, whatever you can send here, a variable or a data type, it will tell you how many bytes of memory is required to store it. So, this is the syntax of write function. So, this is an example. What am I doing here? OFStream F out. I am creating an object here. using the constructor method, I am opening a file for writing std.dat, that is a data file. I am opening std.dat. This is the constructor method because this is how I create an object, right? OF stream, that is the name of the class, and space the object name. So the object name is f out. So f out, and then I am passing the argument, that is the name of the file, which has to be opened in write mode, and then I also pass one more, that is iOS binary, means in the binary format, that is I want to save the data in binary form. After that I will write that like this: char star ampersand s. Should have been declared before, and what it contains, what is s and what does it contain, and then size of s, how many bytes of memory is required to store the data. So this is how it works. Then the same way we finished write function, the read function. The write we use the OF stream object. To read I will use IF stream object, char size ampersand variable, size of variable. There is no difference in the syntax, only thing is I need to use the read function when I have to read it from a file, and if I am reading I need to use the object of IF stream, or if I am using the object of F stream, then the file should be opened in the read mode, that is iOS in. After that, the same example is iOS binary. This is again with the constructor method. I am opening IF stream fn is the name of the object, and to which I am passing the file which has to be opened in the binary format for reading, and this is how I read it. When I write a program, you will understand it in a better way. Please go through this. After this, we will write this program. Define a structure student. Structure is nothing but a heterogeneous set of data, a data type which holds a heterogeneous set of data under one name. So it has three fields: registration number, name and marks. So you need to create a student structure with these three fields: registration number, name and marks. After that, you need to write a C++ program that stores student structures in a data file. The name of the file should be student.dat. That is, first you need to write, you have to ask the user to enter the registration number, name and marks, and then you give option to the user also how many ever data he wants to enter, and that has to be returned in the file student.dat in a binary format. Then close it and then open the same file for reading, read it in a binary format and print it on the screen, whatever is the user entered. So this is, and you have to use the binary format for this. But then when I enter, I will not be entering it in a binary format. Normal text only I will enter using keyboard as a user, and then that will be written to the file in a binary format. I will open the file again, read the data in the binary format, but when I print the output on the screen, the student details will be in normal text format only. It won't give you zeros and ones as the output on the screen. So please make a note of the program statement so that we can start writing the program. Please write the program also along with me. If you get a chance, please do execute it and see. See, C++ or like any programming, until you execute it, it is not a theory subject wherein I'll just lecture and you listen. Only when you execute, when you get errors, when you debug it, you understand programming better. So I'll start with hash includes statements. hash include conivo.h. Then after that, what will I do? Hash include iostream conivo, hash include, let me say, ctype.h, then hash include, the next one is fstream.h. Yeah, these are the 4 header files I am going to include. After that, let me write my function void. Let me name the function as student only, because I am going to read the student details. Okay, so where am I going to store the student detail? In the form of a structure. How do I declare a structure? Using the keyword struct. Struct std. Let the name of the structure be std. In that, it has 3 fields: int registration number, char name of 20 characters maximum, and float marks. And then let s be the structure variable, and I am closing it. See, this is all. The structure is a part of the function student. I have not written an standalone structure here. Structure is the part of the student. Struct std, I have opened it. It has 3 members, that is registration number, name, marks. I have closed it here, and s is the structure variable with the help of which I can access the member of the structure, and I am closing it here. So this is a part of void student. Please make a note so that I can continue with the function. After that, let me say char ch is equal to y. Let it be in the lower case. Okay. Now, what should I do? Before writing to a file, I need to open the file. Yes. So let me create an fstream object so that that object only can be used for both writing as well as reading. I need not create 2 objects. Fine. So let me say fstream std file. This is my object, and let me use the constructor method here. I'll say student dot dat data file. Then when I am having an fstream object, you need to specify the mode, whether you are opening it in write mode or read mode, because I can have read both the modes using an fstream object. Correct? Please, I am writing it here. It is a continuation of this. There is a comma, iOS out. Then I need to save the data in a binary format. So I will say iOS binary. Okay. I created an object std of fstream std file is the name of the object, and I pass these arguments using the constructor method. I am not using here open function. You can use open or constructor, whichever method you want to. And what is the name of the file? Student.dat. Then I am using it in iOS out mode, that is to write, and then iOS binary, that is I am going to write the data in a binary format. To save the data in binary format, I need to open the file in that mode, iOS binary. By default, it will be in text mode. After that, so I will ask the user to enter the data, right? But then I can give the choice to the user how many ever student data he wants to enter. So I will write it as a while ch is double equal to y. while ch is double equal to y, C out, enter registration number, name and by the student. Registration number, name and marks scored by the student. So, while ch is double equal to y, C out, enter registration number, comma name and marks scored by the student. Fine. Then I need to take in that also. How do I do that? C in, yes. From the keyboard I am taking it, and since I need to take it to the structure variable, I need to the structure, because elements of a structure, right? That is why I have to use s dot registration number, because I have declared registration number as a part of the structure. So, C in yes dot name and C in yes dot marks. So, I have asked first here I created an fstream object. I created fstream because I can use both read and write functions with fstream. So, what is the name of the object? std file, and then I pass the file to which I want to write, that is student.dat, and then in what mode? In the write mode, that is iOS out, and also I want to save the data in the binary format, that is why it is iOS binary. After that, while ch is double equal to y, that is until the user wants to enter, I am going to take in the values. The first time it will take because I have given the initial value of that to y. C out, enter registration number, name and marks scored by the student. After that, enter. Then this would be printed as it is on the screen. C in yes dot registration number. Why am I using yes dot? Because registration number, name and marks are the elements of a structure, and if I want to access it only through the structure variable. So, yes dot, since yes is not a pointer, I am not using the arrow here. Yes dot registration number, C in. Why am I using C in? Because I am entering it from the keyboard. So, what I did, I asked the user, I opened a file in the out mode and in the binary mode, and then I am asking the user to enter the details, and I have taken in the details. Now, I need to write this to the file in a binary format. Fine. So, how do I do that? See, can you tell me how many bytes of memory would be required? So, registration number was an integer. So, registration number integer is 2 bytes, and name was maximum 20 characters length. So, 20 bytes and 4 bytes for, so it is total 26 bytes of memory. So, the pointer, that is char star, would be pointing to 26 blocks of bytes of memory, a block of 26, because one structure data requires these many bytes of memory. Now, let me write. I have taken in the values and everything. Now, I need to write. How do I write that? Using the write function along with the this one, file pointer. What was the file pointer? std file dot write, and then char star, it's a pointer to char. That is why and then what should it point to? Ampersand, yes, because that is a structure variable, right? That will be associated with that many bytes of memory. That is why ampersand, yes. And how many bytes? You have to use size of and then pass the structure as an argument to it. So it will be so this is how you write. So totally all the three would be, that many blocks of memory would be written as a whole, not as an individual element. So this is how I take in this data of one student, his registration number, name and marks, and then I am writing the entire thing to the file student.dat in a binary format. After that, cout, do you want to continue? Cin, ch, then ch is equal to lower ch. I will close it. This is my while. That is, if the user says yes, until the user says yes, the while loop would be run. It will ask the user to enter the registration number, name and marks of the student. After that, I would be taking it in through the keyboard, from the keyboard through cin, and then I am writing it to the file. This is the syntax to write to the file in the binary format. The file is student.dat. When the user says no, like I don't want to add some more, then what happens is it will go out of the while loop. Once it is out, you need to close the file. So std file dot close. You are closing it. Then what should I be doing? Please make a note of this. So I have done this. I have opened the file and I wrote the data in a binary format. Now I will open the same file in the read mode and I have to read the data and print it on the screen. That was the program, right? So you make a note of this, then we'll open the same file in the read mode and then we will read it. Now I will open the file in the read mode. So how do I open it? Std file dot open, because twice I cannot create the same object. That is why I will use the open function. Then which is the file I need to open? Student.dat. Student.dat, comma iOS, reading means in mode, and iOS binary. So this is how you open a file. Then I will write while I have to read it and print it on the screen. So I need to write until the end of file is encountered. While it is true, I will do. So what I will do? While 1. So it will say while true. What I will do? I have to read it first. I have opened the file here. How do I read? File object dot read and char star ampersand s size of s. So I am reading it here. Yeah, that many blocks together. After that, I have to check whether the end of file is encountered or not. So once I read it the first time, suppose there is nothing there, means it is end of file only, right? std file dot eof. So if this is true, that is this will be true only when you are there in the end of file. So if end of file is true, then what I'll do? I'll break. So what does break do? It goes to the first line after the loop. If std file dot eof is true, that is it will be true only when you have come to the end of file. So once it is true, break means you go out of the while loop. If it is not end of file, it will not call break. So it will come here, and what will I write? Cout, because I need to print, right? S dot regno and L cout yes dot name and L cout yes dot marks and L, and then I will close my while. So this it will run as long as the end of file is not encountered. If end of file is encountered, it will break, means come out of the loop, otherwise this thing will be run. And here it will print me the details what I had entered. Please make a note of this, then we'll continue. Now after the while loop, what should I do? I should close the file. Then end of my function, right? Now void main clear screen student get ch and the end of the program. So we have come to the end of the program. Hopefully you have understood the binary, how to read and write. Now next class will continue with the file pointers. Please make a note of today's homework questions. What is the use of get function? Next is, what is the use of put function? What is the use of EOF, or I can say end of file? What is before that? We'll write what is get line used for? Last question, what is the use of read and write function? Please make a note. Hopefully you have understood. We'll continue this in the next class. Till then, take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.